What's up guys, Matthew Balls, and we've got the webcam microphone again because this is the third time I would record this. It cut off like 20 seconds into the last recording. And obviously I wasn't looking at that, I'm looking at the tier list. Oh, I got a notification. Okay, I can answer that a little bit. And that is not of dire importance. So, okay, I've done this is now the third time. Maybe I can do it a bit quicker than the Pokemon tier list, that took a while. Toad Circuit, I'm putting B tier. I think this was the prime example of the tracks not looking as good, and they still don't look as good. I think sometimes it works better depending on the track. I think like design-wise, or like looks-wise, I think Rock Mountain to extent Mushroom Gorge with all the stone, it doesn't look too bad having that like simple stone and grass design, with how the shadows are and everything. It's like a style, I guess, you know. People say, oh, it shouldn't look as, it should look as good as the main game. It's doubling the track amount for half the price. I don't have complaints of him I can't complain too much about the tracks not looking as good. Toad Circuit might be one of the worst looking ones though. I think they've done a better job at masking it, or putting in a little bit more detail that they don't look as bad for some of these newer ones. But Toad Circuit is still a really fun, simple track for me. It's one of my favorites. I like Luigi Circuit from GCN. Figure Eight Circuit's boring as hell. I like Mario Kart Stadium a lot. What's the one in 7 again? I don't even remember. Well, that tells you my opinion on it. I don't even remember what 7 is. Oh, it was a Mario Circuit. Wait, no. Mario Circuit was the first course. I don't even remember what 7 is. 7's got a good Mario Kart Circuit, though. Shroom Ridge, D tier. I don't like Shroom Ridge. I think it's really boring. I think it's like my least favorite kart track ever. I'd be happy if it was not in the game. I'd be happier if it wasn't in the game. That's how much I dislike it. Waluigi Pinball, B tier. I know a lot of people love Waluigi Pinball. I think it's alright. I think it works in this game really well, because even being, not being the main game, it's still got the bright colors, making it visually pretty appealing. It's a pretty linear track that works well in Mario Kart 8, because Mario Kart 8 doesn't give you any shortcuts. Not as many, it gives you some, but not as many. But I've never loved it. It's a good track. I like it, but I don't love it. That's how to put it. I like it, but I don't love it. Sky Garden, I'm going to dip into C tier. Now, Cheeseland, I believe, did this, and Ribbon Road, I believe, did this, where they shortened the track a little bit. Like, if you looked at the map in Mario Kart 8, combined with the and then looked at the map from GBA, they're shorter. Sky Garden is particularly egregious. It's really short, not even close to the length that it was in the GBA, and as a Mario Kart DS fan, this was like my favorite course, or one of my favorite courses in DS, the retro version. It's just massively disappointing. Snowland, I don't know if it actually does the same thing. I just don't like Snowland as much. I liked it at first, but playing it, I think the item boxes moving kind of just makes it a little bit. It sometimes feels like the item boxes are just not there, and they're not as set, I guess. I like it. It's interesting in a way, but I just don't think it works, and it makes the track a bit less fun for me. Choco Mountain also I think is a little bit boring. Oops. I like Choco Mountain. Just it's all right. I like it more in DS than I like it here. Calamari Desert, I'm gonna put in A tier. Calamari Desert is an enjoyable track in 7. I remember playing it a lot with my friend when we played Mario Kart 7 versus mode with each other online. But they did a good job here, making you go through the train, the train thing. It makes the course a lot more interesting. I did a really good job with it. I put an A tier. Ninja Hideaway, D. I do not enjoy this track at all. I think it's incredibly not fun. It looks really good, but I just do not enjoy playing it. There's a lot going on. I don't think it's that fun to drive. Easy D tier, which I didn't think would be the case when I first played it. Sky High Stunning put in C. It's very simple, very basic. I think the Christmas track is just a better version of this one, honestly. They're both kind of like up and down in a big figure 8. I still think Excite Bike's a lot more fun than either of them as a figure 8, at least early on. Maybe the Christmas track can improve. I think the Christmas track's a bit more fun. Sky High Stunning is another one that I don't know, I haven't really had fun on this one yet. So, So that's Mario Circuit 3 S tier. S tier is not flawless tracks. This track feels a little big sometimes, depending on where you are in the course. But it still says Mario Circuit 3. Same track as Mario Kart Wii, my favorite Mario Kart game. So, I gotta put it in the S tier. I still have a lot of fun with it. I definitely like it more than Cal Mario Desert. New York Minute I'm putting A tier. I think New York Minute is a lot of fun. After the first pack, okay. We'll rank all these and we'll talk about them. This is going here. This is going here. And this is going here or here. I'll put that one there. Yeah, definitely. So, Paris Promenade, first one I played, it looked the least interesting. I think Tokyo looked a bit more interesting, so I played Paris Promenade first. At least, because I don't think I went in order. I was just time trialing. And I was like, oh, okay. Paris Promenade is kind of boring. Not a big fan. Not the most interesting looking track. I think Sydney Sprint, looks a lot better. I think the Berlin Byways and London Loop track look a bit more interesting too than Paris. Paris Promenade. Tokyo Blur is definitely a step up. I enjoy playing it. I enjoy the shortcut with the ramp. My biggest problem is the last lap. That last section on the last lap is a little bit bland because it's kind of just gray, really gray, but it's still a pretty fun track. I like New York Minute and Sydney Sprint a lot. I enjoy playing those. I've had a lot of fun playing those too. Easily the best two tour tracks at this point, at least through Wave 2. Coconut Mall, S tier. Sometimes it feels a little small, the opposite of SNES Mario Circuit 3. Especially in 200, I feel like I can't truck off a ramp and make a turn, even if I brake drift. Sometimes it feels like I just go way, way, way too wide. But it's still Coconut Mall, still got one of the best music, score, for a track in the game. So, and it's a Wii track. I love Mario Kart Wii. Basically anything from Wii is easy to get into S tier for me. I really like those tracks a lot. There's a few I don't like as much. Like if they put in DK Jungle Parkway, maybe that one could, but that one's never been my favorite from Wii. That's, by the way, it's 64 track. It's a retro track on Wii though. Just like Peach Gardens is and says Mario Circuit 3. Mushroom Gorge is my favorite Mario Kart track of all time. Easy S tier. Even if there was no gap jump, it'd still be the S tier. But giving it the gap jump, actually, you know what? It has the gap jump. Add a row above. We'll make it light blue. Oh, no, that went on that one. Whoops. New. There we go. We're just gonna call it. What the hell? Thank you. We're just gonna call this Mushroom Gorge. There we go. Mushroom Gorge. Mushroom Gorge is going to do. I love Mushroom Gorge. Favorite track. They added back the bounce pads at the beginning, which I don't think were in 7, and they kept the gap jump, which I really didn't think they would. Easily best track. So I'm gonna put London Loop and Berlin Byways in B tier. I really don't have enough experience on them. At least the other tracks are retros that I've played a little bit. I haven't played these as much because I've been playing Pokemon Scarlet. So they're going to sit in B tier. With Tokyo Blur for now. They could move down a tier. I doubt they'll be as bad as Paris Promenade. They could move up a tier as well. We'll see. So let's take these on out of order because I don't want to. Nothing against Peach Gardens. I like Peach Gardens, but I don't want to end on Peach Gardens. So, Christmas track, I'm going to put in the B tier. It could definitely go up. Me and my friend like playing bombs only. They edited it so you can take out coins, thank God, because coins ruined that almost. But we like just messing around, playing on bombs only, chucking bombs down, sniping each other on just versus mode. And this track looks prime for that. And it's got a cool shortcut at the end. It's just a grass cut, but some grass cuts are better than other grass cuts. And this is a fun grass cut because you're going up a hill, and then you're going like this, and you can cut that really tight, and it's really cool. So that is a good grass cut. This one could definitely move up, but I'm not ready to put it there yet. Rock Mountain, I'm going to put into A, going a tier up. So Rock Mountain is in 7. I like the track in 7, and after playing it, I'm like, this is a lot better than I remember it. I thought I remembered it being a good track, like a solid B tier track at least. From like, this is good. I'm glad it makes the game better. I'm glad it exists. But I really like it. I enjoyed it a lot and played it. And I was like, yeah, that's an A tier track for sure. Rock Mountain's really fun. So now we got the Mario Kart 7 tracks and the Wii tracks. Well, DS Peach Gardens, but it's Mario Kart Wii. So we're going to start with the 2 Wii tracks because they're obviously an ass. And then we'll save these 2, because these 2 are the most interesting, non-Wii tracks to me. So Peach Gardens, I went out of bounds the first time because I wasn't even thinking. I just kept playing the track, and I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, whoa, we're going backwards? And then I played the track backwards a lot, and I was like, oh my goodness. That's even better than what they did with Calamari Desert. Difference is Calamari Desert, or Peach Gardens is a better track than Calamari Desert. So Peach Gardens getting the tier up over Calamari Desert. I love that they did that with both those two tracks, changing them up. Works really well for Peach Gardens. I kind of wish they did that for Coconut Mall and added like a little side path. You could like cut through the parking lot and you cut like a side path that takes you to where, like, you know where you got the, on the bottom route, you've got the big palm tree and then you got the ramp, takes you like on the side there. That'd be cool. And then you take that one backwards. That would be awesome, but they didn't do that. Still, Coconut Mall's an S tier. And Maple Treeway is, again, that's like a top 5 track probably for me. I love Mario Kart Wii. Maple Treeway is probably like my 3rd favorite from Mario Kart Wii, if I had to think about it. Probably my 3rd favorite. So like Mushroom Gorge, we got all the 7 tracks from Wii, right? We got Mushroom Gorge, Maple Treeway, Coconut Mall, and the one we're missing is not Mario Circuit, not DK Summit. Well, it's not Moo Meadows, that's already an 8. It's not Luigi Circuit. It's not Toad's Factory, that wasn't in 7. It's not DK Summit, and it's not Mario Circuit. We already have Coconut Mall. Gold Mine is a retro track already in 8 from the regular 8 DLC in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Koopa Cape, that's the one. We're missing Koopa Cape from that was in 7. But they brought back the other ones. Makes sense because they're popular. Popular for a reason. Well, Koopa Cape is good. That could be one to go into 8 here because that's one particularly. Maple Tree's problem is I don't like that's the bouncy ramp, but they added the side ramps again, the wall ramps, which is awesome. I don't think those are. No, you know what? No, are they in Warriors Gold Mine? They might not even be in Gold Mine, honestly. But they're back here in Maple Treeway, and that's really awesome. I love that. Still missing the bouncy ramp. The glider ramp is just not the same as the net. But anyway, I like Koopa Cape as in a tunnel with a water stream. Not sure it'd be as good in a just giant water section like it is in 7. That's just me. So that leaves us with Mario Kart 7 Rainbow and Bootleg. So the reason I'm saving these for last is like these two were a bit lower, and these two were obviously S tier's Wii tracks. Mario Kart 7 Rainbow Road has always been really fun. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my, well, because I watched the trailer and didn't watch anything. I didn't look at these tracks until I played the games. Until I played the DLC. Boy, that's still just an S tier track. It's not going in the Mushroom Gorge tier. That track looks amazing. Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road. The problem with it is 2 things. First of all, unlike now, okay, if you look closely at like Mario Kart Wii's Rainbow Road, like the pattern, I think it's kind of like the same thing where it's almost a grid, like squares. But if you look at it, it's still one giant rainbow road with all the rainbow colors blending into each other, you know, like a rainbow. And it's just kind of a design, like a texture, if you look at the road closely. In 8, that's all like a black grid, you know? Like these little lines here between the tiers and that separate the tiers from each other, right? The vertical and horizontal. The lines separating the tiers from each other, there's not as many, there's no vertical lines separating tracks within the tier, but you can see that black line between the tiers themselves vertically going through, right? And it's got that kind of pattern, and it just does not look very good. But on top of that, they turned Rainbow Road, the ultimate Mario Kart track, into a turning course. Like, it's really just a big turning course like Dragon Driftway is. And that's just not good. It's Rainbow Road. It's supposed to be more than that, not just a turning course. It's a fun turning course, but that's not what Rainbow Road's supposed to be. Then in 64s, they made it one giant course, and it finishes in like a minute. Okay, it takes like a minute and a half. It's like a minute on 200, but it's still really shorter than I'd like. It does look a lot better though, with the it's, you know, it's darker colors. You can see the city lights with the gold shining up a little bit, and it looks really good having those darker colors. And the gold isn't a bright gold; it's a darker gold, you know, that's glowing with the city lights and stuff. It's still got that same grid pattern, but it looks a lot better. Then SNES's is about this color palette that 7's has. I'm not sure I've got the mouse on. So, but anyway, 7's, it's got that same color palette. but it's still got the grid, but it glows really well. It looks really good still, but it's still not, perfect. This, they finally hit it. It is a rainbow road where the colors just blend together. There's no stupid, ugly-looking grid that's translucent and glowing, and it looks beautiful, and this is amazing. This track looks awesome. I love the look of it, and it's a ton of fun because it's Mario Kart 7 Rainbow Road, and that's a great Rainbow Road. Really, all the Rainbow Roads are great. DS's, I really hope they bring back because it's got a corkscrew and a loop, and with anti-gravity, that would be absolutely perfect, and it's never been brought back before. Like, it just makes too much sense. GBA's has the bouncy ramps on the side, and as long as they bring that back, I would love to see GBA Rainbow Road. If they don't bring that back, okay, that'd be a lot less of a track and a lot less interesting, but who knows what they do with it. They could make it like something really insane, and still be GBA Rainbow Road, like they do with some of the other tracks, like having the anti-gravity section of Mario Circuit. I love Wii's Rainbow Road, one of my favorites. I love to see GameCubes because I actually don't have a lot of experience with the GameCube. My most experience is custom tracks, really, playing GameCube courses, so I love the GameCube courses, but the ones that are only custom tracks I have a bit less experience playing. And I'd love to have that Rainbow Road be in the game. That'd be really cool too. So any of those, but Sevens is still, Sevens. I don't know how I rank them honestly, but Sevens is really, I have played and it's really fun. Boo Lake, okay, so we know the GBA courses have a history of being chopped down and shortened, and Boo Lake I was excited for because I really wanted Boo Lake and like specifically Broken Pier because I love the backgrounds with the mountains that have the glowing faces, and on the like the old GBA graphics, I think it looks extra cool looking, being on a Game Boy as opposed to like 3D and stuff, and visually whoosh, I think it works being on an older graphic system. And Boo Lake isn't quite that, but it's still really close, right? It's not the mountains with the faces in them, but it's it's a similar type of track, and it was one I was excited to come back. And wow, Boo Lake blew me away. I actually would put that in the Mushroom Gorge tier because I really enjoyed Boo Lake. I had the urge to play Mario Kart last night because I was playing Pokemon Scarlet, and I played 3DS Rainbow Road. I was like, I want to play Boo Lake, and I grinded Boo Lake. I actually got my time down to a sub 130, which probably isn't really anything impressive because I wasn't time trying like super hardcore, and I only did it for like 30 minutes to an hour, and it'd been a while since I played Mario Kart, but still, it was a fun course to time trial, and if I like time trialing a course, that instantly makes it a top tier because I don't time trial a lot of courses. I love Boo Lake. It's a lot of fun for a short track, and the best part is they didn't shorten it up. You look at the map for Boo Lake, and it's the same map as it was in the, assuming the map I looked up was correct, it's the same map. So it's not like it was shortened or anything, like heavily, to be like the size of SNES Valley 2 from, the retro track in Wii. I love Boo Lake. It's a lot of fun. So that is my tier list. I'm not going to download it because I just downloaded it before, even though this might be a little bit different. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you guys think about the Wave 3 DLC. How much you agree or disagree with my tier list. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.